A warm welcome to Auckland's Mount Smart Stadium for the national final of the Zonal Provincial Championship for New Zealand Rugby League. Once again, we see Auckland and counties, two of the dominant provinces in our league scene nationally, doing battle here to find out who are the top province for 2010. Joining us for the commentary, Richie Barnett. And Richie, a tantalising prospect here with the Macintosh-coached Aucklanders up against the Rusty Matua-coached Counties Manukau team.
Yeah, pretty experienced coaches there, Dale, and I spoke to Kenny McIntosh prior to this game, and he mentioned that this is going to be one tough effort against Rusty Matua's Counties Manukau Premier side, blessed with a lot of talent across the board for both sides, and looking for this matchup, Dale.
As you can see, that's the young captain of the Counties Manukau Under-17 team, just receiving the Mark Graham Cup for their victory over Auckland by 22 points to 12. Let's have a look at how these two teams came to be in the final. And first up, Counties Manukau. As you can see, they've had some checkered form, but they make their way into the final as a result of three teams that were tied coming into the match, and they make their way. That's Wellington also. They won by differential to make their way into the final. There's the Auckland lineup.
Auckland only losing, Dale, to Wellington in that match early on. I was speaking to Kenny McIntosh, and he said their side had only been there for a couple of days prior to training, and Wellington had a very much a couple of weeks lead up to that match, so you can see their pathway through this series, and they've certainly come good, making the final.
And this is how they all panned out. As you can see, there were three locked in there. There were just 2 points in it in differential between counties and Wellington, but they get their position in the final. And Northern, of course, Heartland, just the one where Northern struggled throughout the couple of our Kiwi boys here. Of course, Manu Vativai and Frankie Pritchard. Great to have them here after a special night last night here at Mount Smart Stadium.
Yeah, it's great to see the Kiwis come on board. We saw Stephen Kearney, the coach, up in the stadium watching. It's good to see the presence of the Kiwi side here to watch this game.
They're flying out to Wellington this afternoon. Great to see them come along supporting the local footy. Counties Manukau, let's run through their squad. It is a strong squad too. Blackwell at the back, player of the year in the Auckland competition this year. Waitford, I've seen him score 5 tries in one game this year. Nafatello has been a standout in the Fox Championship winners from Otahu, and they're stacked full of talent. Keep an eye out too for especially Kingy, who's a dynamic ball runner from dummy half, and it'll be up to Heta and Tavita to steer this Counties Manukau team across the park. Well, of course, Rusty Matua is a very competent coach, both locally in club footy and in national Māori competitions. He has a wonderful record, and Richie Barnett caught up with the Counties Manukau coach a few moments ago.
Rusty, thanks for your time, mate. Terrible conditions, but looking at your side across the board, there's talent all around the paddock.
Oh, absolutely, mate, and I think a little bit of rain is going to actually help us a touch. Our bigger boys will enjoy a slightly slower pitch than usual, so I think that's good for us here.
So your game plan is to power through the middle, or are you looking to move the ball a bit more?
Yeah, she's pretty windy out there as well. We'll try and close up the passes a touch and just try and retain possession, get a good kicking game in there, and just try and play feel for the position today. So
the players to highlight in today's match, particularly in your side, who we should be looking at?
I think a couple of key guys in the middle, in particular Darren Kingy, Willie Heta, and at the back James Blackwell. And if those two can get the boys going forward the way we want and support our big boys, I think there's going to be an exciting game today.
Well, cheers, Rusty. Thanks for your time, mate. All the best for today.
You're welcome, Richie. Cheers, mate.
Well, Darren Kingy is a really talented ball runner, as we've mentioned. He was dynamic through the club competition, and obviously Rusty Matua is going to be relying on his experience, his guile, and his talent to steer his crew around this afternoon.
Darren Kingy, thanks for joining us, mate. The side today that you've chosen for your side is pretty hot there.
Yeah, no, we've got a good quality side playing today. With Counties Manukau, we've got quite a wide selection of players to pick from, so now our side today should be pretty strong for today's final.
So after seeing Isaac Luke yesterday play his form, mate, I'm sure we'll see you emulate some of that style?
Yeah, no, definitely always try to look up to players such as Isaac Luke and players in the Kiwis and stuff, and try to emulate what they do in their game and stuff. So yeah, no, definitely going to try and just play my role to my best ability.
So what are we expecting from your side today?
Hopefully a lot of completion. It's wet weather and it's finals footy, so the team who holds the position and completes their sets and D's up the best is pretty much going to come away off the win. So yeah.
So the training during the week has been a pretty good one, I expect.
Yeah, no, training's been very good this week. We've been working a lot on our tackle technique and locking up the ball. Auckland's got a fast team, so we're looking to slow them down and play the game at our pace.
What about the cohesion of players? You've played with a lot of those players. Has it been good? Has it been a good one?
Yeah, no, definitely a good cohesion in the team. We've definitely come tight as a team, so we're pretty much like brothers, and so we're just willing to do everything for each other on the field.
Well said, champion, and all the best for today's match.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
Yeah, he's been a good servant, Darren Kingy, as we just see the young Counties Manukau boys resplendent in their newly attained taonga around their neck, their medals as champions of the under-17 division, and a thoroughly deserving effort by them. That will do a lot for the Counties Manukau team, who have won the 15s, now the 17s, and looking to go for the three-peat.
Well, not in the eyes of Kenny McIntosh, that is. He'd be wanting to front up and be the first team to win one over Counties Manukau side, but they're blessed with a lot of talent that showcased around the east, south and east area, Dale. And I tell you, it's going to be a real good matchup, and he's a very smart and astute coach, Kenny McIntosh, so he'll come with the goods and he'll come with a good game plan.
Absolutely. Well, let's have a look at how last year's provincial championship ended up. We'll take some footage in from the final. Enjoy.
Big strong run from Tufau. He finds Willie Header. Willie Header looking, still going. Willie Header, can they catch him? No! Header running it. Blackwell comes at the line, straight to Henry Header. Oh, too easy. They're a bit flat. Now Aranga rides up. Aranga beats one. Beats two, try! Right, spots the gap, runs across, puts the boot in. It's been picked up. Oh, beautiful. Monga puts the boot in for Jamal Carroll. Try. Look out, they're away. Here comes Canterbury. Still going. Look out. Johnny Aranga has won it for Canterbury. In the last 20-odd seconds, Johnny Aranga has won the Rugby League Cup for the Canterbury Bulls.
Hi, you.
Hi, how'd it go?
Yeah, it went well. I'm on my way back now, so I'll tell you about it when I get home.
Okay, well the kids are in bed and dinner's on, so... James? What was that? James? James, can you hear me?
You don't have to be in a car to cause a
James?
crash. Think.
Talk to me, please.
The moment you know they're driving, kill the conversation.
Everyone feels at home at Briscoe's.
This Saturday, Sunday and Monday, take home 60% off Manchester and electrical super deals, plus at least 30% off everything store-wide. There's 60% off all Galaxy pillows, 60% off all Remington men's shavers, and 60% off all Cloud9 Optima duvet covers. Plus, all Zip Slow cookers are 60% off too. Get in quick for 60% off Manchester and electrical super deals, plus at least 30% off everything store-wide.
Hurry.
Briscoe's can never buy better.
This is me 4 years ago on my 30th, but you might have thought it was my 40th.
And lucky for you, bro, I got you that doctor's appointment.
Talk to your doctor about Propecia, the proven way to treat hair loss. You can get 3 packs free in your first year. To find out how, text Keep Hair to 515.
Ambipur presents The Secret for Long-Lasting Freshness. You want a toilet rim block that freshens when you flush, but also when you don't. Ambipur Flush is special. It has a freshness system that continuously releases freshness in your bathroom when you flush and also when you don't. Ambipur, for long-lasting freshness up to 5 weeks.
Is when they got their new Outlander, I think.
Yeah, they seem to spend more time with it than they do with us.
He's always been into gadgets and things, you know, all that high-tech stuff. He's always got to have the latest mobile, broadband, Bluetooth.
Pete, just pulling up now.
And now the Outlander.
They're always off on some sort of adventure.
Introducing the new Mitsubishi Outlander. Technology for an active lifestyle.
Wish we could have a little getaway.
Manakau.
Sky Sports Ultimate Selections. October. Sky brings you extensive coverage of the World Rowing Championships from Karapiro. The Kiwis take flight in the Rugby League Four Nations, and the New Zealand Breakers return to the home of sport. November. The Aussies look for revenge against England in the Ashes series. The All Blacks end of year tour to the north. Then in December, the IRB Sevens World Series kicks off in Dubai. Sky Sport, home of the ultimate fan.
And our Kiwi players were so proud of their effort last night against Samoa. They've got a big challenge, but they certainly looked, Richie Barnett, like they were world champions with their effort last night. And there's Steve Kearney, Dean Bell, the Brains Trust, Ruben Wiki as well. It's been great having these high-profile players back in New Zealand, and we have them to enjoy their skill levels for the next month or so. And of course, some Kiwis of the future here. This, of course, the Wellington Orcas. And they were in the under-15 final against Counties Manukau. They didn't win, but they are runners-up and hoping for an opportunity. Let's have a look at the Auckland squad as well and the lineup that will take the field here this afternoon. Mahe Pesi was outstanding for Te Aratū through the year. Metcalf has been awesome. Solomon is a wonderful finisher. Trot and Wallace, Trot from Northcote, Wallace from Mount Albert would be a nice combination, 6 and 7 as well. And keep an eye out for Tane Hart. He didn't come out of the Fox Memorial Championship, more out of the Sharman Cup because his team faltered early in the season. But he's a bloke who plays with plenty of what his surname suggests.
Absolutely, he has, and we've seen him over the past. He plays with a lot of heart. He's a leader. And a lot of those players will want to follow this guy because he oozes enthusiasm and he demands respect. And Sean Metcalf has been around for a while in the centres, Dale. He is a player to watch out. Malo Solomona has also played for the Warriors too, so there's a lot to like about this side.
And here they are, champions, Counties Manukau boys. You're at Mount Smart Stadium. Plenty of Kiwi support here, as you would expect. Jim Doyle has been here today, a lot of officialdom, as well as former MP Mark Goshi is on the board of New Zealand Rugby League. And a few of the crowd here have come out, obviously rugged up today, a lot colder today than when it was yesterday, of course, which is a beautiful spring day. Today, the Counties Manukau team already have picked up 2 national titles in the 15s and 17s. Can they do it again? And the man who'll be wanting to stop the run is the Auckland coach, Kenny McIntosh. He's with Richie.
Thanks for your time, mate. I know the conditions are terrible, but certainly looking forward to this matchup today.
Oh, it should be good, Richie. Probably the 2 top teams in the 7 zones have made the grand final, so yeah, weather's probably a bit of a letdown, but we were hoping for a nice dry track.
Well, listen, for the viewers that are watching today, a couple of players that need to be mentioned, a couple of talents.
You got Tane Hart, our captain, who's been outstanding all year, and of course you got our 13, Sawala Hama, who's very outstanding talent. He's only 20, but we go a long way.
All right, thanks, Kenny. Thanks for your time. I know you don't like to speak too much, mate, but I appreciate your time. Cheers.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, he could have asked him a few more questions than that, don't you think, Richie Barnett?
Well, he told me early on I want it to be short and sharp, and I like that about Kenny. He tells you how he wants it, and I respect that. And I've played with him in the New Zealand Māori side. He knows the game very well, Dale, and he's come in with a game plan. What I'm sure will be in that middle third somewhere. Trying to promote the ball in front and get a quick play of the ball and hopefully steamroll what he believes a tired Counties Manukau side. If you could just retain that ball and get on the front foot, quick play of the balls, I think it's a good start for any side.
Well, it's a great rap to get from someone like McIntosh, who's seen a lot of footballers over the years, Kenny, and he's coached some of the best in the country also. If he says Solala Homa is one to watch, he is one to watch, and he's been getting big raps as Mount Albert back rower over the course of 2010. I'm really looking forward to seeing him in action here this afternoon. And we also caught up with the skipper for the Mount Albert team, Richie Barnett, had a few words with him just a few moments ago.
Tane Hart, the captain of the Auckland side. Listen, pretty awful conditions today. You're a very experienced campaigner. Where do you think the game will be won today?
We just got to complete sets, you know, and get to our kicks. We've got a lot of experience, and so we should be right with it.
The training during this week leading into this match, how's that been?
Yeah, it's been good. Training all year has been pretty good, you know, short and sharp, and it's been a long season, so we just get in, do our jobs and get out again.
You've got a lot of combinations that you've played with a lot of these players. The formation of those, the quality across the paddock should keep you in good stead.
You know, it's good. You know, a lot of guys I used to play batters with and stuff, and you know, a lot of superstars from their club sides have come into this team and sort of taken a back step to for the good of the team, and it's been real good.
Well, thanks for your time, Tane. All the best for today.
Thanks, mate.
Tane Hart, I guess, Richie, when you're looking for captains, it's not always your standout player who's best to fulfil that role. It's a mediator, a moderator, a guy who has the respect of his teammates and won't shirk his responsibilities, but not necessarily a standout man. It's interesting how the coaches determine who will skipper their outfits. Ken's gone for Tane, even though he played in Sharman Cup this year and others played higher levels. And Darren Kingy's not the standout player in the Counties Manukau squad that others might have expected to get the captaincy. So interesting dynamics.
It's a very good point, Dale. I think you hit the nail on the head. It's not about the big plays. It's not about the players who are talented and can flick the ball out. It's about the players you want to play with that demand respect. The guys that will put their hand up when the going gets tough, they're the ones that will put their hand up and roll the ball up. They're the ones that will make that inside tackle when need be. Those are the simple plays that demand a lot of respect, and that's why Tane Hart is the captain, and that's why he's leading this team.
Yeah, for a lot of guys, we probably underestimate, for many of these guys, they won't have played on Mount Smart Stadium before. They're club footballers predominantly, and now they get their chance on the big stage. There'll be some nerves in both camps. Plenty of players and supporters, and isn't that what our game is about? We get our women who love rugby league and support their men who do the same. They're the backbone of this code, make no doubt. I mean, where would we be without all the women and the nieces, etc., who support the players right throughout the year?
Yeah, certainly, and particularly when you got your family and your members, your cousins come to watch you play. You know it's a big event. You've seen the Kiwi side here to watch them. That'll be in the back of their minds. It's a big stage. They're willing to go out there and perform. They've trained from February or March for this game that's present today, and I think that's the end. Who has the patience, who delivers their team desire, and I think it's going to be an interesting game, coached by two very good coaches and a quality across the board.
It's not often we get the chance to go into the dressing sheds as well for this local football. We do often in NRL. Back out we come into the ground, which is in terrific condition. A little bit of rain has fallen in Auckland City in the early part of the day, and it was pretty windy during the under-17s final. But at the moment, it looks pretty good conditions. The Kiwis are here in numbers. They're due to be travelling on a flight at around about 3:30 this afternoon, so they're here for the first half at least. And it's great to see those who have come on out to support their men. Well, the competition, 7 zones across the country, the South Island, Wellington, Heartland, which takes in Taranaki and Manawatu in the Hawke's Bay. We have also Northern Heartland, which picks up on Waikoa Bay, down to Gisborne, through Waikato and the Bay of Plenty. 2 teams out of Auckland, Counties and the Auckland proper, and of course the Northern squad as well from Whangarei North. So let's have a look at our Counties squad once again as the 2 teams make their way out on the field for the final of the National Provincial Zonal Competition. And here's the Counties squad, coached by Rusty Matu, who's had tremendous success. Coaches Mandarewa in the Auckland Club competition. Keep an eye out for Walton, late edition, Matora and Clark at the back. And they've got a powerful interchange in Tenore, Pamatangi, Waipori and Vince Fatu.
Yeah, I certainly like the look of Willie Heta. He was in the Māori side. a great addition to the side. He would have learnt a lot about the training leading up to that final against the English yesterday. I think he'll take it into this game. He's an experienced campaigner. I'm sure he'll play a good game with the Counties Manukau side.
There's Tānei Hart, Counties Manukau lining up. We'll have a look at the Auckland squad too one more time before we get into the action. Timahia, outstanding at the back. Percy as well. Metcalf's been superb with the Vulcans as well as Tatatu. So Solomona. Trot and Wallace really the key to their performance here today. And an outstanding front row with Edmondson, Booth and Matangi.
Yeah, you would look at Carl Edmondson, the big prop there at number 8, and Matangi the 10 to steamroll forward in that middle third. And I like the look of Sean Metcalf. He is a talent in the centres there. And of course, Tānei Hart leadership is all important in these final games.
Counties Manukau just steadying themselves to their haka prior to the game. Of course, of all cultures, it's uniting in this proud area south of Auckland. The Counties Manukau haka. And that's the Counties Manukau haka. All three teams have been united by it. Auckland now facing up. Just awaiting the kick-off. Craig Pascoe is in control of the action here this afternoon, one of New Zealand's top referees. Conditions absolutely perfect. Counties Manukau in the red and white will be playing from your right to left at home. And the Auckland team in the blue and white colours. So familiar with this proud rugby league area or territory. Unmistakable. And what wonderful performances the Auckland team have had over the years against international competition as well. Today they face a serious challenge as the huge Auckland area now split as part of the restructuring of the zones that make up New Zealand Rugby League. And the ball's been jarred loose. Turn it up. That's a try. And the ball's been touched by two people. How often would you see that happen? I'm thinking it's a try. It looked to me as though the number 3 got in underneath, and that would have been Sean Metcalf. But it just bounced up, didn't it? I think Tony Tuia carried it. We'll have another look.
As well, please.
The loss of the ball from Tony Tuia. We can have a look. Has anything like that? Well, I suppose it has happened before.
That was a good kick too. That's Tony Tuia. What a good tackle there from Tānei Hart, the guy we mentioned before. And look at this, number 3 going through, and that is certainly a try. What a great start for Auckland. What a great tackle.
I tell you the only thing, if we get another look, Tuia seems to lose the ball forward, but does it hit another man's hand from Auckland before it goes forward and then retrieved? See, it's tapped at the back there by a hand, and Metcalf was in front, so I think maybe Counties Manukau will be a bit disappointed when they get a chance to look back at that footage.
Geez, that looked like a very aggressive run. Tony Tuia, the Howard Cornet. He's had a great season this year for the Howard Cornets.
There we go.
And look at that. Good call, Dale.
Scrum.
Eagle eye. Eagle eye. Feeble eye. Here we go. Here's another look.
Absolutely.
Just a little tap. And a huge sigh of relief.
I was getting all excited there, Dale.
Yeah,
I was getting all excited.
I was looking up the Guinness Book of Records to see if that might have been the fastest ever try scored.
There's Eastwood there. Didn't he have a whale of a game yesterday?
Mate, he was terrific last night. As good as I've ever seen him play.
Just his nimble feet. He's quite a big bloke. He's grown over the years. He's a big man now, and he's got nimble feet, able to get over the advantage line.
Well, I've been reminded as he started off out wide. You know, when he went over to Australia in the first, when he first went there. Auckland, well positioned here to draw first blood. Game not long gone. This is Nui Taka. He's wrestled to the ground. Under the tackle there of Tavita. Trent Wallace from the Mount Albert club turns it on the inside, picks up Ralph Arvang, had a good season with Tatatu. Sliding into dummy half, Aaron Booth from the Glenora team. Through the hands, it comes out to Jared Trott. This is a strong and bold run. Cut down to the tackle there of Counties. Atalia Nafatala has been outstanding for Otahu. This is the man who's been best in comp so far, according to many whose opinions I respect. We're talking Solala Homa, a big 20-year-old with a massive reputation. Carl Edmondson, experienced policeman from the Glenora squad. He too played strong. Must have to make his way into the representative squad. It's another look at Homer's offload. Didn't quite find the mark.
You can Sean Clark moving into space there, and that's important in your defence. You've got to move up, put yourself in a position defensively. Auckland would have wanted to build pressure there and capitalise on opportunities. They didn't so. County's on the front foot now. Blackwell, the number 1. He's in fine touch. He's an experienced campaigner. Nimble feet. He's very quick. That's a nice little kick downfield.
Well, we've seen James Blackwell used at both 1 and at 7. I think he's a better 1. Very much the build of a Lockyer or a Slater. He's not a big guy, but when he hits the line at pace, he runs beautiful angles. And as you say, he's got a lovely swerve on him and very, very difficult to contain. Out of dummy half, come Auckland. 3 minutes gone. Scoreless at the moment. Glad you could join us here for the last roll of the dice for our local players. Of course, we still have on Sky over the next month or so coverage of the Four Nations Trophy. But as far as domestic footy is concerned, this really brings the curtain down on the 2010 season. That's off the boot of Wallace, and it rolls end over end into goal. The rain that was here and even the wind that tended to be behind Auckland in the earlier game seems to have subsided now, Richie. So
just
level
with that
playing
kick,
field.
Dale, I think Trent Wallace, that kick through just enforces that wind is still very prominent. A northerly wind rushing down, which favours the Auckland side at the moment. So there's a few points in that wind for the Auckland side.
Tony Tuia now with Counties, Manakau's big Tony now. Out of dummy half goes Darren Kingy. And he fought number 13. Bo King has moved in to take the number 10 position.
There's a few changes through this County Manukau side at the moment. We'll get those through, but there's been a number of changes which will disrupt their performance, but I'm sure they'll come out and do what they've done. The 15's won this afternoon, the 17's won, Counties Manukau. Auckland will want to turn this around, see if they can post the first victory for the Auckland division.
That's the man we're talking about, Homer. He'll play the ball midway, 25 and 30, out of dummy half. Good run too from Aaron Booth. Booth's wrapped up in the tackle of Heta.
It'll be interesting to see how they play this. Kenny McIntosh wanted them to play through that middle third, get on the front foot, quick play the ball. You see Edmondson get the ball, they're looking to go a little bit wider and kick the ball down. That's a good kick. You can just see that wind is certainly in favour. Once again, it goes over the dead ball. 20 tap.
Sometimes when it rolls over, it's not as bad as you might think. Jared Trott has given great service to the local game. He and his brother Damon play for the Northcote club. Jared also hails from Taranaki. Back we come now for big Tony Tuia.
Yeah, I don't think Kenny McIntosh would have liked that ball going out. He wanted them to build pressure and get them, bring the ball out of trouble, make them work hard. They believe that they're a fitter side, the Auckland side.
Roman Hefel from the Papakura club had a wonderful season too, with a club side that didn't perform as well as many anticipated they would. Through Blackwell and the hands. Cut out ball from the number 7. Not quite sure if they've mixed jerseys, Heta and Tavita. At the moment in 6 and 7. We'll certainly pick up on that for you in a tick. It's Jason Tavita in 7, and Heta will be in 6 then. This is Henry Heta. And it's back to Henry Heta. Carl Edmondson gets the ball. Was that stripped? Lost ball, says Craig Pascoe. It comes to the back of T Mahe. T offloads and gets it back to Solala Homer. Big Homer with a charging run, put away 25 out from the line and about 20 in from the eastern touchline.
Yeah, that's a good run there from Homer. He was mentioned early on in the game that he's the man to watch. He tried to flick the ball out early on. He's the strip here. Edmondson there, bald-headed, big prop, getting involved. What is he doing out wide? He's getting involved, I tell you.
Up to play the ball now goes Tucker. Now, angled run, this is Filipesi. Put away now, midfield. It's a 12, in fact it's more a 12 than a 2. That makes it Ralphie Arvan, excuse me, and it's Trent Wallace to ground now. He's 18 metres out from the try line. Wallace slow to get up. Through the hands they go, cut out ball out wide. This is out to the skipper, Tony Hart. Back it comes now to Metcalf. Played a lot of footy for the Vulcans, Sean Metcalf. He is very good. Now he's lost the ball. He was trying to get the ball away. And it comes out in the hands of Atalia Nafatale. Been a handful all season for anyone trying to stop him.
Sean Metcalf should have held the ball there. He's an experienced campaigner. They needed to build pressure there. They pretty much needed to track down the field and turn these big forwards around the Canis Manukau side. They went to do that, and now they're pressurised.
Slow to get back, the Aucklanders as well. Little step back up on the inside. This is Willie Heta. Plays it back to Darren Kingy. Kingy on to Tavita. Stabs one through. Taken at the back by T Mahe. Nice run by him. Put away on the tackle of Sean Clark from Papakura. Plays the ball to Malo Solomona. Play on, says referee Pascal. And a penalty ensues as well. 25 out from the line.
Yeah, that's
good
good
penalty
work
for Auckland.
Good work, Dale, from the outside backs, and that's the key. Get in there on first and second tackle. Try to get quick play the ball. They're nimble outside backs. They got speed. And that's critical in any game at the moment. You've got to win the battle in the ruck, particularly in the first and second tackle. That pathways the third and fourth tackle, and then at the end of it, you get a good kick in.
Still no score. So Auckland through Edmondson to play the ball now. 5 short of the halfway. Offload goes to Trot. Trot now to Homer. Homer tries to cut through Heta. On the inside, Atalia Nafatale. And it comes from Metcalf. Always dangerous when Sean gets hold of the ball. Nose dived into the ground there. Sean will play at 8 from the line. Out of dummy half. Smoking towards the line is Philip Pearce, but he can't get through. The red and whites shut him down just prior to the line. Out of dummy half is Booth. Booth now. Working it wide onto Trent Wallace. This is the last tackle. Wallace lays it off at the back. Picks up Suya Matangi. Matangi puts it in. Play on, says the referee. Taken on the far side of the field by Henry Heta. Counties Manukau dodged the bullets and they'll play the ball 5 out from their own line.
Well, Auckland will be disappointed with that. Ended up with a prop Matangi kicking the ball through. They were disjointed. They needed to get the kick through, and again, it goes astray. They weren't able to build pressure, Dale. They're making a real fist of this, and they're not doing the job I think Kenny McIntosh would want, and that is to build pressure. They're failing in that department at the moment. They just need to settle down and get into the system, their structures.
This time it's Bo King who takes the ball forward and will play it now. 15 short of the halfway line. Darren Kingy peels away, puts it onto the left foot and pumps it downtown. Taken at the back by confident T Mahe has already done 2 fine pieces of work early in the encounter. As Nafatale is up there to meet him, with assistance as well by Bo Ben Kingy. Interesting too to see young Ben Kingy, who's in from the Pukakoi Pythons. It's to everyone who's watching out there in Pukekohe. Into number 5. Auckland with the ball. This is Trot. Trot taken in the tackle of Roman here for midway 30-40. So they work the short side. And it's out to Tane Hart, who looks to get an offload. Hart put away on the tackle there of Nafetale. Also helped there by Willie Heto. Pascoe says you're hanging on for too long, and a penalty will go the way of the Aucklanders.
A timely one at that, Dale. The stats, 83% completion rate for Canis Manukau, 71 for Auckland. Metres are 222, 273 for Auckland. So very similar stats here.
Just on 12 minutes played. Here's Edmondson cutting the angle. Big Carl. Can't get through. The tackle made by Andrew Wharton. Now it's Wallace. Wallace pumps it across, picks up Mahe. Straightens the attack, Mahe. Weaving, darting, probing, but cannot get through. The tackle again. It's Wharton who steps out of the line, makes sure that he's put away. Out of dummy half now, Auckland. County's been forced to defend. Remember, they only just made it into the final. Better differential than Wellington by just 2 points. Changing the angle now, straightening it up. The man who's caused so many problems for so many defensive lines during the last 2 months. That's Solala Homa up to play the ball. There it goes for Trot. Now it's Wallace. Maybe they might have been just in front as well, a couple of those Auckland runners. Back into the field of play and then driven back into the end goal. We will restart from under the post. Good play, Auckland.
That's a better result for the Auckland side. The kicks through, the chase was exceptional. Trent Wallace was the first there. A good effort from Auckland. Look at this little deft kick there, straight through. It was the chase that was impressive. Nice tackle there from Wallace, pulling them back into the side, and now they're able to build pressure.
Underneath the post, it's a starter. Out to the 35 now. Taken by Trot, and he looks for a workhorse. Finds that in Suya Matangi. Matangi's been good for Tatatu this year as well. Made it through to the finals of the Foxes. Edmondson shapes up and will play the ball 18 from the line, right out in the middle of the park. Here's Trent Wallace, turns the angle back up on the inside and finds Hart, who straightens the attack. Kingy downstairs curtails his run. He's tackled 10 from the line. Now it's out to Booth. Throws the dummy. Not much set there, a little disjointed. The confusion around the ruck at the moment as Timahi comes in to see what he can do at the halfback spot. Edmondson runs a sluggish decoy. Out it comes now and finding Trot. Hands up for the fifth and final is it. Across now for Wallace. Wallace will grab it to the end goal again. That bounce comes up okay at the back. Trying to find his way into the field of play as Waitford. And he is sorted on the far side of the field. Stephen Waitford from the Howick Club. Just a reminder too, if you're unfamiliar with the county's region, you imagine a line from Howick through to Watahuhu pushing south. That's what makes up county's Manukau. Auckland, of course, taking in all of the northern clubs, including your Glenfield, your North Shores, North Coast, Hibiscus Coast, right across to Tautatu in the west. Some big catchments. As Carl Edmondson takes it on the 40 and carries to the 25. Centrefield, he will get up and play the ball after the tackle made by Hifor. Now it's Booth on the inside for Wallace. Shapes it up for Matangi in a straight run. County's Manukau defenders put paid to that run. Doing it on the inside for Trot this time, and then he's turfed. The runner, Havan. Again, it's Wallace. Wallace now for Hart. Hart straightens. Tane Hart with the offload late. That must be watched as Timahi. On the 10-metre line now. Auckland out of the blocks they come. The number 2 with a darting run. This is Phil Tesek. Pessie on the fifth and final. We'll play it 1 metre away from the line. Out it comes for Trot. He sends it into the end goal, and it's taken in the end goal. Let's go to the 20, says the referee. Good play, good defensive work there from Counties Manukau, and in particular Henry Hetzer, who took the ball in the end goal.
A nice little kick here from Trot. Right near the post, there was a good take here. In goal, could have been a little bit higher. Posed a bit more threat there, but not to be. But that was a good effort there from Auckland. I thought they were a bit disjointed, as you said, Dale, before, and I think they're just trying to get into the rhythm of the game. And I'm sure the more pill they have, I think they'll just grow into that role.
Here's Andrew Wharton. Waits the pass poorly, as it turns out. Sensed he was holding it up to flick one across to his winger, but didn't quite work out as he had planned. This is Heta, the long ball wide, and picking up Tavita, Jason Tavita, also with the Howell Hornets. Played out of their skins this year, the Howell Hornets, in the Fox Memorial Championship. Punching well above their weight against some of the heavyweights of the Auckland domestic comp. To the back it comes again, the flying Timahe. And played on the 40-metre line. Glad you can join us. You're watching the action of the 7-zone New Zealand Rugby League zonal competition. Of course, the residents team will be named on Tuesday, and each of those 7 coaches have been involved in conference calls on Monday evening to choose players they believe would be well suited to make up the resident squad. Sadly, it is a paper team of sorts. They won't have a opposition to play, but they will be opposing the Kiwi Rugby League team in Rotorua in the build-up to the Tri-Nations battles. So Tuesday, the naming of the New Zealand residents team, of which many of these players will make up part. So on now to Trent Wallace. Auckland have been in control over the last little while. There's a bit of a fumble in the end goal by Steve Waitford, and so we'll have to restart from underneath the posts. 17 gone, still 0-0. Tight as.
Yeah, you say fair weighted position goes in the Auckland way. You've got to give credit to the Counties Manukau side for their defensive efforts. A lot of the pull has been in the hands of the Blue. It's an unusual mistake there from Waitford. He's a good player. He played fullback for the Howell Hornets. A good, fine young talent. And Willie Heta here kicking off the Counties Manukau. Once again, Auckland have got their hands on the ball.
So that's a powerhouse run too, that time around from Suamaitangi. Busy on the tackle department for Counties Manukau at the moment. There's Roman Hefo at the back with 15. Kingy's been busy as well, the little hook with 16 tackles, and also Willie Heta has been busy with 10. But it's been all Auckland the last little while, and they are now just metres out from the try line. And Trent Wallace gets up to play it back for Booth. Booth sent it on to Trot. Inside runner, Homer. Homer straightens, and he's eventually halted in his run 5 short of the line. Through the hands it comes, little straightening step for the number 10 Matangi. He's forced to submit, 3 from the line. The grubber kicks through, that's a beautiful pickup. Now that's a beautiful pickup, but have the wheels. Willie Heta won't get there. He's chased down and does well to stay in the field of play. Tackled a couple of minutes short of halfway. Willie's actually, he's got more of a build of a back rower, hasn't he, Richie? And so, you know, we'd never expect him to run 80 to score a try.
Absolutely not, but that was a nice little kick from Jared Trott. You can see the centre matching up. He tried to get through to collect that ball, but Willie Heta, his vision and his understanding of the game, he picks that ball up. Shows a little bit of pace for the first 10 or 15 metres. Start to slow up the big fella.
Sure. Outstanding year for Willie Heta, being part of the championship winning Auckland Fox squad. The Otahuhu Leopards got named, as we know, in last night's game, although he didn't get a run for the Māori squad. He was very proud to be named 18th man, and that's got the only New Zealand domestic player to be afforded that honour. And now Counties with their first real opportunity on attack, and this time it is Jace Tavita who's tackled now 20 metres from the line. We'll play it back, and out it comes to Waitford. Out of dummy half, and moved across by Kingy on the far side of the field, picking up Henry Heta, who straightens 8 metres from the line now. In the 20th minute, still no score. Can Counties Manukau draw first blood? Through the hands, now it's on to Heta. He kicks wide, Heta, and it's almost tapped back in by Ben Kingy. But he finds himself in the field. Only fractionally then leaps up, and it will be a turnover of possession. Ball to be played now. 10 in from the western touchline here, and about 12 metres out from the Auckland line.
Yeah, Willie Heta would be disappointed with that kick. He was able to scoop that ball up and run 30 metres, and he'd be disappointed not to finish off that set the way he wanted to. A nice little kick to the corner would have been a better option. and then his team would have been able to aim up and try to keep the Auckland side back in their half.
That's a powerhouse run once again as big Carl Edmondson gets a spell on the sideline. Powerhouse running at the moment by Ralphie Arvan, and he gets restrained about 32 metres actually out from the line. Little juggle, trot, forced late pass. Wallace loses the ball. One-on-one strip, no knock-on, says referee Pascoe. Counties Manukau get the scrum feed. And they're well positioned to mount a challenge. So we go in and listen to Pascoe. Certainly finds it as a knock-on. It will be a Counties feed.
Red loose head and feed.
And a big chance here for them now. 22 minutes gone, still no score in the final. Ball lost, that's sweet. Ever been tempted to referee, Barnett?
No, thank you.
No, thank you. Here's the hole shot. Beautiful ball, Blackwell. Blackwell to Kingy. The Pukekohe Python will play the ball. He gets it back now. And out it comes out to Nafatalai. Powerhouse run from the Panama Road kid. He'll play it now on the 10-metre line. 15 to the left-hand side of the post. Here's Darren Kingy probing. Kingy shows it, straightens Kingy. Tackled by Sean Metcalf. And into dummy half now goes Blackwell. Blackwell now, out it comes to Trident Pamatangi. He can't find his way through to Pamatangi. Through the hands onto Heta. Heta stares it in just a little bit heavy. He'll be disappointed with that effort.
Yeah, once again, he'd be disappointed not to build pressure. Counties Manukau in a position on a number of occasions in the last 2 sets to actually either come up with a repeat set or the opportunity to score. And they failed to deliver in that couple of sets, and now Auckland are in a good position to now get down the other end. They've been posted up here, Dale, for a couple of minutes now, and they want to be able to get down the other end.
Indeed, Tristan Waipoti is on for Counties Manukau, representing the Manukau Magpies. Now you've got players coming out of First Division and Second Division as well, and even Third there. So it's wonderful to see that the selectors of the squads are willing to pluck players from any division, as long as they've got what they think they need for the championship challenge. This is Trent Wallace.
He looks sharp, Dale, Trent Wallace. He looks threatening times when he gets the ball. His kicking's been spot on.
Noivoi Taka. Onto the boot of Trot. He's got a great left boot. Taking it to back. Very skillfully too by the Pythons Kingy. Then Kingy to play the ball. Across it comes for Blackwell. Blackwell will hope that there's a bit of a gap that he can capitalise from. Inside and straightening up now. Pamatangi. In fact, that might be Charlie Tenore. It is indeed from the Papakura Club. Tenore plays it back for Kingy. Darting run from Kingy. Good claim of 15 metres.
That's impressive stats. Kingy's been involved in everything, Dale. 20 tackles, 2 hit-ups.
Great ball out wide to Nafatalai. He comes to grief just short of the halfway. Out of dummy half goes Kingy, who really kicks to no one. I'm not sure that is his role in the squad. And it seems at times everyone wants to be a kicker.
Yeah, I think it's, you leave it up to your kickers, and I think at stages, I think Counties Manukau, a couple of individuals trying to do something for themselves instead of the team, and that can reflect on the end result. You've got to work in the game plan. Sometimes you want to go blind when you should go wide and set up the 4th or 5th tackle and not look at the 1st and 2nd tackle. It's the bigger picture that you want to look at. And it's a knock on there from Auckland.
Well, that's disappointing, isn't it? But I guess it's what can happen. I mean, this is simple. This is Homer. This is control of the ball. Haven't seen the best of him yet, but certainly
posing figure, Dale. He's a big boy.
Tell you, and I don't think he's finished growing either.
Okay, the completions for Counties Manukau 91%. That's a very good completion rate in conditions like this.
Fantastic. Here is Blackwell. Scythes through a gap. Quickly closes though. out of dummy half. This man can really put teams away. Blackwell, of course, James named the Auckland Rugby League Player of the Year in 2010. Some scorching performances now. Kingy again. Lays it on nicely too when he realised he was going to ground. This is Pamatangi. He's tackled 15 out from the try line and 20 in for the Western touchline. Counties Manukau on the roll here. 26 minutes gone, no score. Here is Blackwell, the rubber man he's called by many. Out it comes the Indian rubber man and still straightening on the attack and eventually claimed his header. Up he gets to play the ball now. Grubber kick to the end goal. And it's a little knock on as well, and Phil Pesce goes for the ball. So Counties Manukau, good thinking, well executed, looking for a mistake, and that mistake came.
Yeah, smart play, Counties Manukau, look at that, blind side, along the ground too in conditions like this. It's a bit wet, and Pesce was unable to collect that ball, and I would have been impressed if he did. Good position now, Counties Manukau. He's set up really well.
Now it's Heta peeling off the back. Comes Roman Heffel, but then the ball is lost. So those sorts of mistakes, fundamental errors early in the tackle count, will be a cause of much angst for the coach of the Counties Manukau team, Rusty Matua.
Good work, eh? I thought they were pretty optimistic with a short blindside to come and organise a move, and it failed to deliver. Hand the ball, a relieving set of 6 there for Auckland. They certainly need it. That's a great run.
Almost away too, and then reeled in from behind. This is Nuivo Ataka. There's a substantial wind at the backs of the Aucklanders at the moment. In the previous game, Rich mentioned that it would have been a 10-point wind. I'd have to think, judging by what I'm seeing at the moment, Rich, that would be a similar situation here at the moment too.
Who would have thought it would have been 0-0, 28 minutes into this game. Another relieving penalty for Auckland. Puts them in a real good position. We haven't seen them in Counties Manukau 20 for some time now. Let's see what they come up with.
Counties Manukau completion rate 85%, 71% as well. So it's not as if, you know, they've been slack but there've been no enterprising play. The 0-0 scorelines come from very fine defence.
Absolutely, they're pushing into space. I think their read and defence has been really good from both teams. It's a real credit to both these sides.
I don't think it's going to remain scoreless for much longer, though. I get the feeling that there'll be something going on that board very shortly as Ralph Harvan gets himself to within 5 metres. Now the Aucklanders set themselves. It's through Wallace. Now it's on to Trott. Trott looks and finds a runner on the inside, and Manu Mo. He leaves it behind him and picked up by T. Mahe. Now it's through Freeman. Joel Freeman ducking underneath the tackles. Freeman will play the ball now 6 metres from the try line, and it will be Trott and dummy half. Trott decides to go short side, trying to catch them napping on the short side. Counties Manukau equal to the challenge though. Shore up their defence down the skinny side. Out it comes to Wallace. Wallace will try the grubber kick to the end goal, and Trent Wallace claims first blood. Yes, he does. It was always going to make things difficult, the little Mount Albert halfback, and this time around read it well. Just took the one hand to claim it, and it's 4-0. Auckland in front of Counties, and it's taken 29 minutes for the first try to be scored.
Here's Wallace, look at that. You see one of the Counties Manukau players running up out of the line, and Darren Kingy drops the ball. Wallace, ever present. Look at this nice little kick through. Very enthusiastic. Darren Kingy would be disappointed. He was very close to getting that ball, went through his legs. What a great start. 29 minutes, Dale. Can you believe it? The first 4-pointer.
Well, he didn't panic either. Look, he put it down with one hand, but he read it very nicely as it sort of found its way to the end goal. Didn't panic. Trent Wallace is into to score. While he's lining up the kick, we'll run through some of the stats through here. Roman Heffel with 20 tackles. We've got 12 for King, 4 hit-ups as well. Kingy's been busy on 23. This is all for Counties Manukau. And out wide, we've got Willie Heta with 12 tackles to his credit. And Nafatalo 10. Wallace raises the flags too with the conversion of his own try. It is 6-0. And we have just on 9 minutes to play in the first half.
Yeah, nice little kick once again. Puts his team in the lead for the first time in this match. He's been very good for the Auckland side. He's been very prominent. He's been darting. He's been very busy, as you'd want from your number 7. Very elusive.
Little grubbers can be very effective close to the line. He just stabbed it through and followed his own work. Now Auckland with it, and this time around it's Manu Mo. He's played strong too. It's the one try thus far, but it's been a quality game. Possession favouring Auckland by 59%. Obviously their opponents with 41. Now it's Suya Matangi who is tackled the Talatu forward. When it comes to Trot. Trot pushing it deep. Steve Waitford is looking at it. Takes it in the end goal though. I thought he might have let that one go. And then finds himself under the attention of some enthusiastic chasers or kick chasers for Auckland.
Ralph Arvan was the first one there for Auckland. The outside, the second row on the left side. Ran down there quickly. Got a hold of the player. Tackle. Aimed up for the second tackle. It's good defensive effort here from Auckland. They certainly look like in there applying the pressure now, Dale.
This is Tilord. He will play the ball now out to Kingy. Kingy trying to pick up some easy meterage through the ruck. And coming back at him like a pinball machine, bouncing off one and into another. They played it now midway between the 30 and 40. Out it comes to Heta. Heta is clever. The bounce important. Kingy does very well to keep it in the field of play, but it's ended up in an Auckland player's hands. And up to play the ball is Jared Trott. Now with it, Pesset. Phil Pesset from the Roosters. Up to play the ball now, a couple of metres short of the halfway. Out it comes for Houma. Standout performer, got his arm free, couldn't quite pop the pass. That was lost. He was ambitious and looking to get something away. Now they straighten on the run through Henry Heta, who's up to play the ball now. Right on halfway. It's Blackwell who finds Hefor. Big Roman has his run shut down on the 40-metre line. Far side of the field, it's through Tavita. And Malo Solomona comes in to make the tackle on the far side of Tristan Waipodi. Now with Heford, no, it's not Heford, it's Sean Clark, captain of the Papakura Sea Eagles. The man who contributes plenty every time he puts the strip on. Heford now to Wharton. Wharton to the back is Blackwell. Blackwell can't quite find his way through. Trops shuts him down with assistance by the skipper, Tane Hart. And it comes now for Pamatangi. Diving on it. Showing great courage as well. And Sean Metcalf, who's up to play the ball now. 20 metres out from his own line as Philip Pesce works it in field with run number 2.
Yeah, there was good clean-up there from the Auckland side. Putting numbers near the kick. They know they're going to go blindside and chip through. So they aimed up. They put some numbers on the right-hand side, on the short blind side. That was a good result for Auckland. And through the kick, just after the 40-metre mark. And that's a very good kick. That's a tidy kick and a very good kick. Set of 6 there from Auckland.
Auckland dominant at the moment and dominating possession to completion rates at 71%. Their opponents at 87%, so they've done very well. Percentage of possession 57, favouring Auckland at the moment. So 10 metres out from the try line and just on 5 minutes to play to the half time. It is 6 points to 0. 40-20, Rich?
I think it was just outside that 40 when I saw it come off his boot, so. It looked to me that it was just outside that 40, but the ref is having a look at it, and it was. Oh, here we go, inside the 40.
It was 40-20.
Just by a fraction. That's a good result for Auckland.
Now with the ball, Auckland, and the whole opening's up here. They've got numbers on the left-hand side. They will capitalise on the far side of the field. Call us home there, Richie.
Oh, from a 40-20 and then to capitalise.
Dave, we'll come to you again, mate. Can you just check the touchline and the corner flag?
That was well executed. That was well executed. Malo Solomona would be hoping that he went through. He went down low here. Could have gone a little bit lower, but that's a fair try. That's no problem there for Malo Solomona. And that was well executed. Nuiva Taka, the number 4 for Auckland. I think he ran in and offloaded the ball. They wrapped around. They created an overlap. And they executed well down to David. I was going to say David Solomona, but what a name in rugby league, the Solomonas. Look at this. Goes down low. Good effort there from Counties Manukau to come across in numbers. But that was well in. Over the line. That's a 4-pointer.
Well, Malo Solomona has a wonderful reputation as a finisher. And, of course, how unfortunate it was for Counties Manukau, who were packing a scrum, looking to have their own feed, checked upstairs, turned the scrum feed around, and off the peel away from the scrum, find themselves short on numbers on the far side and conceding a try.
Absolutely, Dale, and it's good that they can have the third umpire, although we don't see it on our screen, but David Pakiito is here today, and they're going upstairs to him to clarify that this was a try.
Can't see very much of Mullo on the outside. The other angle might see whether or not his foot was out, but I don't think so. Your gut feeling is that he's in there sweet.
There's a whole body in between there, there's no doubt about that.
We might get another chance to have a look at that in a moment or three, but you'll see it comes off the scrum base, and they were just done for numbers wide, weren't they? The Counties Manukau boys. Here we see some penny off the scrum, and all of a sudden it opens up like the Red Sea, and Trent Wallace says, hey, this is on. Oh, look at this, it's a goer. And Malo Solomona dives in to score before anyone knows. You're down by 4 points, Counties Manukau.
Hats off to Nuiva. Look at this, he goes in. He was able to draw 2 of those players in, create an overlap for Wallace then to shift the ball. Tucker made that try. His in and away, drawing in his 5'8" and the centre who had to come in. And then the creation of an overlap was there, present for Tucker to deliver that ball.
Well, they talk about rugby league being a game of millimetres, and how true it was. When we go back to the 40-20, he was right on the line with 1 foot. The other one was in the air, for goodness sake, Rich, and deemed to be a 40-20. And off the back of that, all sweet. Just calling the time off now for Trent Wallace. And he doesn't have too many tough odds. Have a look at this. See, there's his left foot is just in, fractionally. Of course, the resulting scrum, able to peel away and collect 4. It's a tough kick. Here's Wallace. Up, and away. So, scoreline at the moment, we have a 10-0 scoreline. 2 tries, 2-0 obviously, as we count down towards the half-time break, due in just a couple of minutes' time.
Once again, that number 7, ever present. He's had a huge influence on this game. He continues to get himself involved. Whenever there's a ball that needs to be popped out, he's there and pushing into space, wrapping around. He's a live wire.
Yeah, the Auckland selectors have done a nice job here. They've got a well-balanced team. Trent Wallace and Trot, 2 of the best 6s and 7s in the business, and they're combining really well at the moment. Here is Tane Hart with another inspirational carry from the skipper. Angles it to midfield and will play it midway between 30 and 40. Now out of dummy half goes Joel Freeman. Freeman also from Mount Albert this year, played very well for them. Of course lost it, but only just in the final against the Otahuhu Leopards. Slowly to his feet. Homer plays it back to Team Mahir.
You can put it down to the amount of work that Matangi, the number 10, has. 16 tackles, 11 hit-ups. Booth, 11 tackles, 1 hit-up. And of course, Tony Hart. Here we go, Joe Trot going through.
Trot finds himself somewhat isolated and didn't receive the support he would have liked or required. And out of dummy half goes Joel Freeman. He grubbers to the end goal and it rolls end over end, ends up in the Manukau Harbour or thereabouts.
Yeah, nice work there from the forwards, the Auckland side, laying the foundation, doing a lot of the hard work for the likes of Wallace. And it is a good effort. As Kenny McIntosh said, you work hard in that middle third, the results will come for the outside backs. And it's certainly the case here.
Darren Kingy, the skipper there for Counties Manukau. I can understand why Rusty Matua gave him that role. 33 tackles in the first half, 33. And just a couple of hit-ups, but if you're working that hard on defence, you wouldn't have to run the ball up. This is out to Andrew Wharton. I guess they would have been pretty disjointed as a result of some significant shuffles that were forced here by County's Manakau. And they are barreled into touches. Nafatala looking to get a lot of offload. We're up for time from the way we read it. It won't be a moment until we hear the hooter. But interesting, took a long time before the first try was scored. That was scored by young Trent Wallace, the live wire halfback from the Lions. He's in to score try number 1. And of course, after that 40-20, it was Malo Solomona who was able to score in the far side of the field to maintain that 10-0 lead. Half-time just around the corner. Hit-up time from Tucker. He has lost the ball, and picking it up is Tristan Waipodi. Waipodi now will play at about 43 from the line. Have County's Manakau got one more turn of the page before we go to the half-time break? Looking for the quick play the ball, and it will have to be quick as Darren Kingy calls for play. It's out to Wharton. Wharton straightens. And there is a penalty as well. There's 2 points on offer. Will they bother about it at this stage at 10-0? Seemingly they will not. There is the hooter. There's Sean Clark. Somebody's got to do something with the ball. Out to Nafatala. He must offload it. He does it. He dies with the ball. That's the half-time split. And Richie Barnett, 10-0. A fair reflection of the first 40 minutes.
Yeah, they've held the pull, I think, Auckland, and they've able to sustain the pressure and build pressure on County's Manakau. It's a good effort there. They're certainly worth 10 points. The win behind them. County's Manakau would have to... We'll have the win in the second half. It should be an interesting matchup in the second half, Dale. Looking forward to this one.
Absolutely. Tries to Wallace, and Solomona have the 10-point lead. Auckland lead Counties in the final of the New Zealand Rugby League Provincial Zonal Championship. Stay with us. We'll roll through those first half highlights and have a look at all the statistics for you right after this. You're watching Sky.
Are we strong enough? Can we make the cut?
The Four Nations, Kiwis, England and Australia PNG. Next weekend, Sky Sport 2.
Over 100 years ago, a few Kiwis started a little business.
A business that believes in the potential of my children as much as I do.
Who are committed to helping me.
By making natural, healthy foods
that my kids love to eat.
Food that's good for my family's bodies and minds.
They're as proud as I am to be a Kiwi and still committed to raising generations of healthy New Zealanders.
I'm sure you've heard of them. Their name is...
The Colour Steel Roof Shout. Every month from now till March, you could win the cost of your roof back when you buy a Colour Steel roof. Colour Steel, the roof shout of New Zealand.
Everyone feels at home at Briscoe's.
This Saturday, Sunday and Monday, take home 60% off Manchester and electrical super deals, plus at least 30% off everything store-wide. There's 60% off all Habitat duvet covers, 60% off all Zip toasters, and 60% off all Galaxy duvet inners. Plus, all irons are half price. Get in quick for 60% off Manchester and electrical super deals, plus at least 30% off everything store-wide.
Hurry!
I have a pregnant wife. I have to get back to Los Angeles.
Don't panic! Don't panic! You better check yourself.
Told you I was going to get you home safe.
Is that a drainage ditch? Yes, it is. Real hard.
You better check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Due date.
There's another one. Only in cinemas.
In a perfect world, you'd live in a perfect street, in a perfect house, with charming neighbors. When making it even more perfect, you'd have the perfect builder, and best of all, you wouldn't even need a home loan. However,